Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a drawing. I'm going to show you how to draw a jacket. It's kind of like a foil holographic kind of jacket, but this technique would also work with drawing sequin dresses, any kind of outfit that's shiny. And I just wanted to give it a go. So I'm actually going to draw on grey paper today because I think this jacket will look really good on grey paper. So I've got a grey piece of paper here. This one is actually a really good, thick, good quality piece of paper. This is the paper that I use, so it's Craft Essentials. This one's owl grey colour and it's 225 GSM. I got this one from Hobbycraft, but I will put links to where you can buy it in the description below. So this is the Luminance series by Caran d'Ache. I love these pencils, they're just amazing. The colour that they bring out is really good. I'm drawing a bit later in the day today, so sorry if the lighting isn't great. But yeah, I really like these pencils. They work well on this kind of a paper. This paper is quite smooth, so they blend really well. But what I'm going to start by doing is drawing the outline of the jacket. I've got a picture on my computer of the jacket that I want to draw. It says it's from Forever 21. Sometimes I copy it using my tracer, but this paper is quite thick. It's not so easy to draw through the page. There are other techniques you can do if you really struggle just freehanding it, and maybe I'll show that in another video. But for today, I'm just going to freehand it. So I'm going to roughly draw out where things are, and I just make really light marks at this point rather than putting in too much detail, just so that if it goes a bit wrong I can rub it out easily. Okay, so I think really I've got most of the details, just drawn a few seams and things. Okay, so I've drawn out like the rough kind of outfit there, and really that's all I need. I don't really want much more detail in it. So I'm going to show you how I colour it in. So I'm going to grab my Caran d'Ache colours. They all kind of come in these like trays like this, which is quite cool. I also have, this is like my most favourite thing ever. It's an electric sharpener and it's literally saved my life. These work a lot better when they're super sharp. So just press it in there and it literally comes out like so sharp. It's amazing. So my white, as you can see, is getting quite small. So instead of using the white for a lot of it, I'm actually going to use this colour. It's just a slightly off-white. It's number 801. I will use the white, but just not for the whole thing. And what I'm going to do is work on one section at a time. Now, to get the really bright, outstanding colour, you have to lay down white first. This isn't a white sheet of paper, it's a grey sheet of paper. So if you put a colour directly on it, it's just not going to be as bright. So I always lay down white or even black if I'm doing a mid-tone colour first, and then lay this on top of it. So I'm just going to start, for example, with this sleeve. Basically colour the whole thing in this first, and I don't need to like spend too long getting it really covered, but just kind of in general, making sure the whole thing has this colour on top of it. So that's like mainly covered. I'm just going to really focus on that middle bit because that's going to be the sort of lightest bit. Then I'm going to grab some pink, nice pink here, which is number 571. And I'm just going to start to fill in a couple of sections here with some of the pink. I just want a little bit on the side. With these colours you can kind of blend quite a few together, so it always ends up looking quite nice. So then I'm going to use number 862 just to kind of round off, soften off these pink edges here. Press fairly hard and just work around them a little bit. Then I'm going to do a nice light blue, and I'm going to basically, this is number 661, and I'm going to fill in the whole middle section here. and I'm just gonna do a couple of sections, and it's just like little stripes. The best part about it is just blending them all together. So this is number 161, and I'm going around the edges. This is more of a sort of brighter blue, I suppose. I'm just starting to fill that in. Also, just a side note to say, ignore the fact that it looks quite shiny at certain angles. This is just because of the lighting, so in natural light you won't see any of that shiny, waxy kind of look. And then I'm going to use a darker blue just to kind of start outlining it all, and that's number 162. And because eventually it kind of goes into like purpley colour, so I'm just going to go around the border there, and I can see kind of where this line is in the jacket, and I'll just create some kind of creases in the jacket. And then this is just where some of the darker features come in. So this is number 159. It's sort of a better colour for what I'm trying to do, and I'm just outlining all of the sections that I've sort of spiked out. So I've got purple here, which is 120. I'm just going to start to blend that out on the edges. I don't want like too much because I want the white, the really light colour to show through. Then I'm going to follow this crease line here from earlier. So follow that round and just kind of do a little bit of crease from it. I'm going to use a lighter purple first, just to do a little bit of this bit in here. And this one is number 630, and I'm just using it to outline this section here. And I'll use it a little bit on this side as well. I'll use the dark purple just to fill in the rest of the edges. And I think basically the whole thing about it is showing some of these really nice pointy bits. I think that's what makes the whole jacket come together. And then the bits that are like white, I would go over with the white. So I'm just going to go over, and this should just make them stand out that little bit more. It's got like the cuff bit here, which I haven't really drawn in, but I'm basically just going to draw lots of lines going up and down in the purple colour. That's the sleeve done. And then I think what I'll do is just show you a time lapse of the rest of it so you can see. I know it's a bit harder than usual, but you know, it's something that you can just spend time picking up the technique and just keep trying. And like I said, it doesn't really look exactly like the picture. I've just kind of added in some colours that I like. But yeah, hope you enjoy the time lapse. Okay guys, so I've finished drawing the jacket. I'm quite pleased with it, but there's a few more things that I would do just before I totally finish it off. And what you need for that is a white gel pen and a black sort of, I suppose this is like a fine liner. And what I'm going to do is just go over some of the really sort of fine detailed dark bits, and the same with the white. I'm not going to use the white to fill in any sort of sections that are really white here, but just if there was like a tiny bit of white that I just couldn't capture in the middle, and this just brings it alive a little bit more. Okay, so I finished going over it with the black pen and the white gel pen, so I don't think it needed much, just a little bit, just to kind of pop it out a bit. So just to recap, basically you are just putting down the base colour, so putting down some white or nude or whatever kind of light, really light colour that you have on this grey paper, and then you are going in, probably starting with the slightly darker colour and doing maybe an outline of a, like these are kind of patterns where the light is hitting it, so maybe doing the outline of this kind of pattern you've got here, and the colour will like blend easier with the lighter colour underneath, and then maybe putting in some, if you've got like a middle colour, this is where you can use it to kind of really blend out the colour a bit more, and it takes away the kind of strokes of the pencil, so that kind of softens it a bit, and maybe adding a little bit of the light colour to the white so it's not like extreme white, and then maybe adding a slightly purpley colour to the background here, which is kind of the colours that we've got in here, adding some of that up at the top there, and then you can go on to like darker colours or whatever, and then really just to finish by brightening up, using a white to brighten up that bottom area which has got the nude or white or whatever you've got down there. I just kind of do another little layer, and that's really how I've been blending to do this particular pattern here. And what I'm going to do to finish the picture off is, I don't really want to colour in the girl because I just feel like the jacket is what pops out here. So all I'm going to do is draw an outline of the rest of her. So I just wanted to show you the finished product, and that's it. I just added a few little details in the face and the jeans. But yeah, that's the finished piece. If you enjoyed watching today, please give me a thumbs up and please hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back soon with new videos. Thanks guys, bye!